The opinion poll at the Minnesota House of Representatives booth at the Minnesota State Fair is an attraction that always pulls in a crowd. Last year, more than 9,000 people voiced their opinion.
Citizens sharing their opinions is what democracy is all about. And I hope that by taking the poll, citizens will get a sense of how difficult it is to vote yes or no on some of the important and difficult issues at the legislature.
The poll also gives legislators some food for thought when they vote on issues at the Capitol.
We do look at those polls. It's not a scientific poll. We obviously take a lot of input before we're going to vote come next March or April or whenever the issue comes up. But it's a way to just start to get a feel for the public and how well they understand the issue. A lot of people skip questions because they don't know much about the topic. That says we've got to do a lot to engage the public in understanding the issue and what the trade-offs are.
Legislators want to know how the people of Minnesota feel about certain issues. Gives us kind of a guideline on how we should be voting down at the Capitol.
Every year, poll takers get a different set of questions to weigh in on. This year, the 12-question poll will cover a variety of topics, from gun reform to medical marijuana.
We look at questions that were either things that were addressed in the previous session or could be addressed here in the upcoming session.
It's not just the questions that are different from last year's. The voting equipment will be changing too. The House borrows equipment from Ramsey County to conduct its opinion poll. During previous state fairs, the House borrowed the same voting system that was used by Ramsey County residents to vote in actual elections. But this coming fair, people who take part in the House's and Senate's poll will be helping the county test out 2 new ballot counters.
What we're really looking for at the state fair is the voter interaction. Because voters mismark their ballot or they don't vote their ballot properly, whatever the issue is, this will give us a chance to see how the voting system reacts to those issues that in just general demonstrations you wouldn't be able to find out.
Dave Triplett is an election specialist for the Ramsey County Elections Office. He says the county's voting system is over a decade old.
Nobody's using a 13-year-old computer, so it's hard to maintain spare parts. It's hard to support the current system. And then there's also been a few law changes in the last decade that the current system really doesn't work too well with.
Triplett says the state fair is the perfect place to demo a new ballot counter.
The state fair gives us a good opportunity to robustly test these ballot counters because anywhere from 8,000 to 10,000 voters will be using this single machine. In an election day, each machine generally only gets about 1,500 ballots cast through it.
From a voter's perspective, you won't see a big difference between the older ballot counter and the new one. You'll still vote basically in the same way. It's just that the new one is more up to date.
We actually hope they don't notice much. We want it really for them to still fill out a paper ballot. They're still putting it through the ballot counter, which is then depositing it into the ballot box. And then the voters are done.
Since many Minnesota counties have voting equipment that is over a decade old, Triplett says the demo results from the state fair could have farther-reaching implications than just what Ramsey County considers purchasing. He says they will share the state fair testing results with any county that is interested. There are a number of reasons why you should take the poll this year at the Minnesota House of Representatives booth. You'll be voicing your beliefs, helping legislators gauge public opinion, and testing out a new ballot counter. We hope you stop by to be counted.